Yo, 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 what's going on, beautiful people? D-Lo Brands back for another stream, back for another AI live session. Look, man, it's been a minute. A lot has gone on, but we are here and we are ready to work. But I've been trying to do something. The reason why I haven't started my stream earlier was because I'm basically trying to um create a new background. So you guys take a look here. So I'm trying to create a new background. This is gonna be the background. Um, but I need to go inside of Photoshop really quick to do something. So I'm just gonna do it on stream, and then we'll get into the intro because whatever. It'll be cool. You guys will be okay. But how's everybody doing? Where you guys checking in from? Um, let me see. Move this down. Bam. Hopefully my screen doesn't mess up. Okay. So we need this, which I hope this is, 16 by 9. I don't know. Let me see. Pixels. Yeah, it's 16 by 9. It's 16 by 9. So, bam, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, and this is kind of a testament to the use of AI. So I say I want to create a new background for myself. And so I go to ChatGPT and I take a screenshot. This is the screenshot. I'll pull that up for you guys. This is the screenshot. Okay. This is my background that I have right now. But let me turn this down. Okay. So this is the background I have right now. I took this screenshot. I went over to ChatGPT and I put it in here. I said, change the background to a luxury dark office and match the lighting. Okay. And then I said, keep the same subject. And it gave me this, but I was like, okay, I want this to be a more high tech because this is AI educate, and made a little change. Then I said, remove the subject. Now we have this image. So, bam, we have this removed and we are going to add our real logo, which we will get that now. And we have a lot planned for the stream. Like this is gonna be going deep. I want to get a lot of videos knocked out this stream, so we're gonna go over a lot of stuff and a lot of really important stuff because I've been experimenting. Like I have really been making a lot of progress in terms of experiments or things of that nature. So let me get this really quick. Let's just use Wordmark. And this is just, simple stuff, adding a logo. And we don't even have to do anything crazy. We could just go perspective or go distort. And we could leave it like that, honestly. That looks okay. Probably we'll make it smaller. Let me see. All right, so we'll leave it right there. And this is going to be our new background, but before we use it, I'm going to upscale this. And so this is going to be something that will be inside of the AI graphic designer course. It is basically going to show you how to take images and actually process them to be usable, because there's a difference. An AI image is not usable, but once you process it, you will be able to get a usable image. So definitely keep that in mind. That course is coming out very, very soon. It was supposed to come out on the 30th, but it did not. So let's go over here. And what we're going to use for this one is Envato. So if we go to Envato, and if you don't know what Envato is, if you guys want me to make a video on it, I will. But this is basically a asset marketplace I've been using them for years. They have tons of stuff, but they also have AI. So if we go over here and we go to image edit, then we will get this canvas. If we upload our image, bam, then we will get this canvas where we have these options right here, and we are able to, okay, so my screen did not update. Okay, so in this screen right here, you have these options to expand, upscale, camera angle, crop, remove background, whatever we want to upscale. So we're going to upscale 2 times, and we're going to wait for that to finish, and hopefully we don't have to do anything else. I think we should be good after this, honestly. You guys see that? So much higher quality, much sharper. So let's get that download. So bam, sharp image. And now what we want to do is just attach it. So I'm about to attach it right now. We go here, we go here, we go here. And we go bam. There it goes. Okay. So this is flipped. Okay, so what I need to do is basically flip this. Hold on 1 second. We got one more thing to do. We're gonna flip this. And we're gonna save this as that. And we're gonna X that out. Choose this one. Bam. Bam. Okay, so that's how you create a new background with with AI. We used ChatGPT. We used Photoshop AI, which that's Adobe Firefly that we used, and we also used Envato AI. So very, very cool. And let me know if you guys been, staying up to date with the Artemis situation. Like the this is like the biggest thing to happen in, I feel like, our lifetimes. We're going back to the moon, or we're going there for the first time, depending on who you ask. And I'm very excited about it. I'm happy that we're finally doing it. I think that is long overdue. But that is okay. So a few things on the agenda for today, and I appreciate you guys if you've been sticking through this like little intro. So the first thing that we're gonna do, and I'm just gonna well, I guess I'm not. So the first thing that we're gonna do is set up our Claude Cowork agent. I have recently started using Claude Cowork. So I set it up for one of my projects, but I want to set it up on stream because there are some vital things that I've been encountering about how to set this up properly, and some things you should look out for, some things that you should make sure that you have. So we're going to do that. We are probably going to automate 1 or 2 processes in that, and we are also going to set up a LLM expert. Okay, stick with me. This is something that if you want specific knowledge on any particular topic, you are going to be able to really get some dialed in responses, and it's basically going to be an expert on whatever you want it to be an expert on. We're also going to combine 2 projects that I've been working on. So my business website and a kind of like micro SaaS, a free lead magnet micro SaaS that I'm going to combine into my website. So we're going to try to do that. We're also going to deploy a mini Max or a MaxClaw mini Max agent, which is OpenClaw agent on mini Max. And we're going to go through that, see how it goes. And, you know, I'm going to hang out with you guys. That's always a fun time. So let's get into it. So like I said, I just really started using Claude Cowork, and you know, I'm gonna be honest, this has been absolutely amazing. Um, let me see. Let's just go over here. So this is a scheduled task today. So okay, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. This is what my first venture that I set up. And we're about to go through this whole thing because I'm about to set up Claude Cowork to help me with Educate. Okay. So there's a lot of things that need to happen with Educate, and I'm gonna get Claude Cowork to do it. And it's very important how you set up the workspace. So this is the prompt that I used to set this up, or at least start it. We are starting a new working relationship. You are going to begin helping me run and grow TVA. Look through the current folder. Once we pass the next steps that I'm going to go through, we are going to create a series of folders that are going to allow our agent to have perfect context every single time, and give it some intentions about our actual duties for it, so it's in the right mindset, and you know, just start off there. So what we're going to do is go to new task, and I'm going to assume that you guys use Claude Cowork, because I feel like I'm late to the party. I feel like I definitely could have been here sooner. So that is something that I'm solving right now. So right here, this is the interface. Now you have, if you have a paid plan, okay, you have the chat, you have Cowork, and then you have code. And I absolutely love this. I feel like Claude is winning right now. But this is the interface for projects, and we're just gonna make this, you know, max size. Or should we not? Yeah, let's not. Okay. So you can click this right here and you can choose a folder. And inside of my projects, you see this TVA 2026, which is one of my projects. And then we can go down here and click create new project. Okay. So what we're going to do is use an existing folder. Okay. You can also import a project from chat. Okay. From the Claude chat, if we go out of here, if we go here, we have projects over here. Okay. Some people have more projects. I have an Educate project right here, but it's not, you know, it's nothing. It's literally nothing right now. So we're going to build it out here. So we're going to go here, create new project, use an existing folder, and we're going to select the folder. So I created a new folder for TVA specifically for my AI agents to be able to use and get context and change things separate from my actual database, because you know, there are things that I want to keep very secure and things that I want to keep less secure. Like if you find my logos, you can have my logos. Actually, I hope you have my logos so that you can tell everybody about my business. But this is the folder, and this is the layout. So really quick, what we're gonna do is go in here. We're going to go Educate 2026, and we're going to go open. Okay. Right here, we're not going to do this yet because we need to do a few other things. And this is going to be a really great setup for anybody that has a business right now. You need to pay attention. Pay attention. If you haven't been taking care of your business, now you are going to want to, because this is where it becomes very, very useful. So we have this. We can add some files, but we don't need to add any files because all of our files are in here. Okay. Memory is on, blah, 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 create. So bam, this is our new project. We can set up some instructions, all types of stuff. What we want to do, since I'm assuming that all of us have an existing business. We have some documentation. We already have some stuff. It may be scattered or whatever. We've been using AI for some time. There's some methods that we can use to set up this project that is going to be much faster and much more efficient than, say, somebody that's starting a new company. So what I'm going to do is get, this is the Educate folder, and I'm also going to open a new Finder window, and I'm like just letting you guys in my files. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. Okay, so I guess I set up the project already. So what I'm going to do is archive this and use an existing folder. I forgot that I made that this morning. Go here. Let's go Educate 2026 from yesterday. It really doesn't have anything inside of it, honestly. You know what? Just move the trash. Just move the trash. We're good. We're going to do it here. So I'm going to open up one Finder window with my original files for my business. And then I'm going to open up a new Finder window with the new file. So we're going to go here. We're going to pin this to the sidebar, and we have it here. So now we have two little windows for our files open. And what I'm going to do here, since we have previous data, we are going to be able to really extract what we need and leave what we don't need from this specific database. What's going on, your daily dev? How you doing, man? Or girl? I don't know. But yeah, right now we're just setting up a new project, a new database, a new project for Claude Cowork to help me on. And so we are going to embed, or we're going to also open a new Finder, because we want to make sure that we get the proper file structure. And we're just going to create these new folders. So it's going to be Educate docs. We're going to do Educate skills. We're going to do Educate website. I'm good, bro. Man, that's great, man. I appreciate you for being here, stopping through. Are you working on anything right now? Are you daily deving anything right now? Hey, man, I know the daily grind. Let's go Educate logos. Let's go Educate branding. Okay, and we can have these sorted by name, and we can do legacy assets, because the reason why you want to include your legacy assets is because your old assets mean something when you're like, trying to get your actual idea out of your head. You can say, hey, we used to do this thing last year. It's inside of our legacy assets. See if you can find it. And that's very cool to do it. And it may be, a brand style that you guys don't use anymore, or a copy style guide that's outdated, or a brand genome, because I'm going to put our business plan in here, but that's outdated. So we are going to begin putting stuff in here. We are going to copy things. So this is going to go inside of Educate branding. We have our roadmap. So that's going to go inside of docs. We have some assets. So 20 members, 30 members. If you guys don't know, Educate hit 30 members. Okay. And we're actually at 36 members. If you guys see right here, we're actually at 36 members. So shout out to everybody that has joined the Educate AI Lab. It is absolutely amazing. We've been adding so many new resources, like a ton. Like, these Claude skills are going crazy. My agents are powerful. Okay. And I put those skills there, but that's besides the point. We are going to get back to our folders. So we have these assets, and we can get this, put it Educate website. We have programs. These are going to go inside of docs. And we also have resources slash docs, which we can just get this and copy this in there. And then currently I'm working on an autonomous agent assistant similar to OpenClaw, but a desktop app version. Very, very nice. You know, one of the things that I want to do next is to create a Mac OS app. I haven't created like a Mac OS application with vibe coding. So I just I love hearing that you're building that, and best of luck with it. I would love to hear more about it. You know, keep track. So, you know, that's you saying this is awesome. That's awesome. You know, shout out to everybody that's building. Like I really love to hear people are utilizing these tools and going into this space and going deeper and deeper. Is powerful. So bam. I don't know why that thing is taking so long, but we have more documents down here. Let's do the logos really quick. So bam, bam, bam. We have dark, we have word mark, we have icon black and white. Do we have anything else? Blue, white, yeah. So we're basically putting everything that our agent will need to do his job that we want it to do inside of all of these things, inside of all of these folders. And so we're gonna put legacy assets. These are posts, so these are like, you know, legacy posts. We don't really care about them too much, you know. A lot of stuff I'm gonna just leave out. I mean, the daily stream, this is gonna go in. Should we put this in like digital assets, or should we just put it in branding? Honestly, we could just put it in branding. SMB AI guide, educate white, logo animation. Yeah, we definitely need that. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good because now I think we're at a point where we can get our agent to help us build out more stuff. It's an exciting journey, get stressful, but it's coming together pretty well. Yeah, it does get stressful. Uh, get myself MaxClaw. Oh man, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. I'm going to, man. I'm so thankful to. I think the company is pronounced Hallelujah or Hallelo, but Minimax, shout out to them over there. They actually gave me a free plan, and we're gonna test it out. They gave me a bunch of credits, so I'm gonna test it out for you on the stream. But okay, so we have our folders. Now um this is our workspace for our agent. And the cool thing that I found out about Claude Correct that you guys have probably already known is that I can literally have different workspaces for Claude Cowork to work on. So in this, we have all of this stuff. What's in this? Let's get this out of here. Are we missing anything? We need, I'm pretty sure our brand genome has everything right now. Okay, cool. All right, so and now what we're gonna do is take that same like starter prompt that we had for the first one, and we're going to go to projects, educate 2026, always allow. Put this grow for educate. Look through your current folder. A few ideas. Keeping track of streams and content. Automate new video announcement. I really want to automate that. Automate daily AI reports. I want you to tell me. Agent Martin, we will set up those this time, but let's take this out of here. Delegate different tasks. I don't really care to make it delegate different tasks. So boom. Um we're gonna send this, and now what it's gonna do is analyze all of the stuff in this workspace. And the thing about the instructions, the reason why we didn't want to do it for the project, so we can do it, I believe, for the project, and then we can do it for the specific instructions working in that specific session. So we want the co-work agent to make those instructions itself, because I could use Manus. I could bring up Manus and I can say, hey, I want you to export everything you know about AIGK, blah, 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 all this stuff. But the kind of reason why I'm switching to co-work is because I want to consolidate. I want to reorganize and get in a streamlined, working fashion. So boom. Good. I've read through everything. Bam. YouTube as the main acquisition channel, blah, blah, blah. YouTube pipeline for daily AI reports. All right, cool. So it has looked through this stuff. It saw the roadmap and likely already passed. Should have been already passed. Okay, cool. So the first thing that we're going to do is automate the daily AI reports. And this is a very light one, but it is going to be vital for, what we're talking about today, because we're going to get into scheduled tasks and we're going to get into customize and ideas and things of that nature. So what we're going to do is let's work on getting the daily AI reports scheduled first, but I want this to be in a specific type of way. I want this to be distilled information that my specific community will actually want to hear, or that I will want to hear. And remember that my audience is non-technical and that we want things explained in simpler terms. So keep that in mind, and I want you to actually figure out some of the best places or underground places to find information. If you have to find some on Substack, or if you have to find some other ones that don't have a sign in, then find those as well. But I want them to be the best possible sources for you to look through on a daily basis. Okay. So we're going to submit that. And kind of what I did with my other one is I used one chat for giving it all of the context that I wanted to have. So in this one, I said, bam, this is all the stuff that we want to do. We're starting from scratch. Okay, you need this to build out this, get that. You need this connection, you need this, different stuff. And I hope you guys did not use those links because you can't access it. But it's also it's just in this chat where I'm giving it all the context. And I gave it the TVA outreach skill, which we are working through that right now, because for some reason, if you attach a dot skill inside of Claude Cowork, it can't open it, it can't extract it, it can't do anything with it. So then we open a new chat, and I gave it the LinkedIn skill so it can start that, set up that schedule. Then we went ahead and talked about something else. So every single chat, I'm pretty much using it for a new topic. What model provider do you usually like to choose for MaxClaw? I haven't even used MaxClaw, but for OpenClaw, the provider that I use right now is OpenAI, only because I have their subscription. And if you watch one of my previous videos, you got 2 months of the team plan for free. So you got basically quadruple usage, and I've been using that on OpenClaw. But I've also what my setup would probably be at this point in time if I was using it daily, which I don't use it every single day anymore. I would go Kimmy K 2.5 for like daily chats. I would go no, just GPT 5.4. Nah, GPT 5.4. I was using 5.3 codecs, which I really liked for OpenClaw, but 5.4 has been doing fine. I was thinking about doing a segment in this stream today where I was going to basically show how I have I have my OpenClaw agent talking to my Hermes agent like all the time. Like they can talk whenever they want to through like a secure channel, and I can see all of their chats, and it's really really cool. But I just use 5.4. 5.4. So where should the AI email to me? Auto post both email to me, bro. Um, it should you should just you know what? Email it to me. Email it to me. Should I review it before it goes out, or should it fire automatically? Send me first for approval. No. Just sometimes I find out with these daily reports. But okay, so on the open call models, you can use any of the good models. If I could afford it, I would only use Opus 4.6. I would only use Opus 4.6, okay? Like that is just the best model for it. Like that's just what it is. Once you get into these lighter models and less capable models, like I would never use a haiku. Never use a haiku. Never use a haiku. Never use a nano. They're useless. They can't do anything. Um, yeah, that's not happening. But like a 5.4, a 5.2, a 5. Any model that's good at tool calling, has a large enough context window, has reasoning, like has a reasonable amount of latency, like they're good. It's way too expensive. Here's the thing. So I was gonna get to this later, but basically with this new um not new, but with this 2 months free of the team plan, I have access to 5.4 Pro. And if you didn't know, 5.4 Pro is expensive. Like this is expensive. 5.4 Pro. Bam, look at this. 100. Look at this, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 4.6, 5.4. Look at this. $30? $30? Are we serious? $30 per input, $180 per output. So I can only use it off of this basically free 2 months plan that I have, and I only have 1 month left. So this is a separate workspace. It's a business workspace, and it's way more powerful though. Like I gave it this huge job to do. I told it to analyze this business idea, and it went ahead and thought for 20 minutes, 20 minutes going through websites. Like it's good for those really, really long tasks. You see all of this? You see all of this? Like all of this right here? Like this is all of the stuff that it did. Like, and it came out with this report, and it's a very very powerful model, very very powerful model, but it's just super expensive. I would never use Pro for anything like a OpenClaw, but a Opus 4.6 can do okay. It may take a little bit longer, but it can do okay. So right here, we're back on cowork. And our scheduled task has come up right here. So daily AI briefing for David Logan is still for AI education. And we can look at the details right here. And your call Kapow still for web search, TLDR AI, BIM bytes, the algorithm bridge, include, exclude. So it wrote out its own schedule. And this is the way that you want to use like AI agents. Like you want them to have the context of what they're building out for themselves. Okay. So bam, here's your daily briefing, blah, blah, blah. Write this email, write the report. Is it gonna send the email to using the Gmail? Okay, so draft. It's just gonna draft. If it's just gonna draft, it might as well not even send it. Instead of a draft, can you send it? Let's see. Like I wanna do it. You know what? I don't even have that on here right now, so I'm gonna just leave it alone for now. But that's our first scheduled task. And scheduled task, if you use OpenClaw, they're basically just like cron jobs, but ChatGPT has scheduled tasks, Gemini has scheduled tasks, everybody has scheduled tasks. But doing it on co-work, and especially on the pro plan, I've kind of learned that you have to have a cadence. So you can't have too many things going on at one given 5 hour window. So I may have a maximum of two like medium difficulty scheduled tasks um in the morning or per 5 hour window or something like that. I found like I've I've thought to I've began to think that that's a useful way to think about it. So did it report folder, create a new folder? Let's do this. We're gonna update that one really quick. I want it to actually send the email, not a draft. But I also want the actual. You know what? We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. We wanted to send an actual email. I have my Gmail connected, but I'm not so sure that it has send capabilities. I don't know if I put that on there, honestly. If I'm being completely honest. But I've been loving Claude Cowork so far. Like you got this scratch pad over here. You can see all of the files that it dealt with. They viewed. It wrote to stupid. I mean, different stuff. What am I talking about? Um, MD files. Bam. Okay. Auto send via a different tool. One click job. Kind of up. If I'm being honest, I don't want to give an AI agent send capabilities, only for the simple fact that it can confuse when I want it to create a draft and when I want it to send, and I would just have to be explicit all the time. But like, um, it's just gonna have to be a draft. Okay, it is. It's good. Okay, that's good how it is. Now I want you to kind of take a look at our YouTube and youtube.com/@DLO brands and tell me about our content style. Let me see my usage because I don't want to run out. Okay, 21%. So we're going to get it to look at our content style and look at transcripts to determine a script style. I then want you to compile this into a document. Oh, no. Actually, we're not going to do that first. Sometimes it's important the actual sequence that you put your prompts in. So first we're going to say look at our YouTube and kind of just inspect it. Right now we don't have any instructions. So I'll show you guys the instructions for this one. Inside of here, we have this photo contains blah, blah, blah. So we're going to put this here. Working files for AI Educate. Marketing, branding, core, everything that is never exposed, sensitive, educate data. Okay. So bam. Allow for this. Allow all. You know what? Allow all browser access. You know what I've been really experiencing? Like, first of all, I leave AI agents open on my computer all the time with max access. And I also no. What are we doing? Hold on. Where's this at? So it said YouTube is blocked. Blocked by your network ingress. Okay, so we gotta do like this. YouTube.com. At YouTube.com. Yes. Okay, cool. So now we go back there. Full control. Allow for this session. Is it gonna open my browser? I don't know. Okay. So it's not using my browser. It's using my computer. Okay. So this is new to me. I've never had an AI use my computer. Now that's crazy. Martin, my OpenClaw agent, uses his computer, but I've never had an AI agent use my computer. This is crazy. So it's supposed to go to YouTube. I'm guessing. Ran desktop is clear. All launch Chrome directly to the channel via bash since I can't type into it. You can type into it. You can type into it. Okay, bam. So I'll navigate directly to the channel. This is like watching your son like playing his first basketball game. Like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna get it right? Like Chrome is read only and Claude and Chrome isn't connected. Let me try a YouTube front end. Also check the video. Let me try YouTube to okay. It's having some trouble. All it really has to do right now is type in, go on the URL and type in at Delo Brands, or just open the actual URL like it opened YouTube. Like, pull video transcript. And this is a task like, oh, wow. Okay, so now it's using my terminal and it just brought up my terminal. I swear to God, it just brought up my terminal. It's kind of freaky to have like, because this is like a robot that, like, this isn't AT&T tech support that's controlling my computer. This is a robot. I don't know this robot. This robot doesn't know me. I hope this robot doesn't do anything bad to my computer, but I gave it full access. This is how this goes. Okay, something is up. So, okay. YouTube is fully blocked. What I can do right now, you actually have video files already. The full fundamental series and the 20-part faceless video creation. So YouTube content I can use it. No, they're not my YouTube content actually. No. You know what? We're gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in over here. Let's go, Martin. I think that's it. Let me see. Real quick. Is it on? Okay. Let's go over here. Okay. And now, okay. So now it's on Martin's account, basically. Continue as Martin. Let me see. I wanna try this one more time. Try one more time to go to youtube.com/@DevoBrands and look at the videos. Just try one more time. I wanted to try one more time. If it doesn't work, then we will go ahead and move on to the next part of the stream because we do have a number of things to do and we're almost an hour in at this point. So, next thing that we're gonna do is gonna be pretty quick, but let's see. Okay, it's using my computer again. All right. I have it up already. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to do anything except click one of these videos. Just click one. And shout out to everybody that's in the stream. If you guys could do me a favor, just like the stream. It does help me to, get in the algorithm more. We're trying to grow. We've been growing significantly and I appreciate you guys for that. But if you could leave a like on the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. So I don't know. It's not really seeming like it's working. Maybe Opus can do this, but it's not really working. Yeah. So bump that. So basically what we did this session is set up our Claude Cowork environment. We moved some files in there and we got it to set up our first scheduled task. So if that was useful for you, definitely leave a like on the video and yeah, join the AIGK AI Lab community and let's get to it. Let's move on. So, um, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the things on the side here. So you got customized. You have different skills that you can have. So I have a few skills that are specific to my companies. We have connectors, so connections to do things with Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Zapier, all types of stuff. The thing with Zapier is I have it connected to Zapier MCP, so it has different permissions based on what I change it to. And we also have Claude and Chrome, and we also have plugins. So plugins, think of plugins like a batch of skills for you to have. So you can have a bunch of productivity skills. You'll get these 4 skills and you'll be able to, interact with these connectors better or whatever. Um, but skills, connectors, and plugins are what is going to really supercharge your Claude Cowork agent. You are going to get all of the output from those things. So install one of them, check it out. We have the marketing one installed, and so we can open new chats and use slash commands. If we go to this new chat, we can go to TVA and we can say slash um, marketing, brand review, campaign plan, draft content, draft a Instagram post for a Q1 recap. You know, so you can, it's going to go ahead and use the skill, read it, and based on the things that are inside of our workspace folder, it is going to set up a Q1 recap. And based on your company, it can like guess, okay, this is what they did, that is what they did, that's what they didn't do, whatever. Uh, and that's how you are going to supercharge your agents. Now, where you see this brand genome right here, like this is a very important document. Um, this is literally the holy grail document of your workspace. It's gonna keep everything on track on a clear picture, on a tunnel vision. What should the Q it should be client, brand president, revenue pipeline, agency milestones, client projects. Yeah. Reflective and motivational and bold, reflective and elite. Yeah. So it asks you questions for you to be able to get a better output. And this is what I really do like about Claude. It gets that clarification much more often than say a ChatGPT. ChatGPT will get the clarification from you, but it you have to explicitly ask it to do that. What client work? Use placeholders. Um, any that you know of. Okay. And I actually had Manus create something. If we go to library, sponsorship strategy. Um, did I get No. I got ChatGPT to build this. I got ChatGPT to build this. We were here. Actually, let me see. Oh, okay. Q1 is behind us 3 months. So we see that this built out a draft Instagram post. We didn't give it a lot of context, but this is how we move through wellness design, not just to look right, but to perform every deliverable. Very nice. Very nice. 3 months of deliberate work. This is very nice. So I'll probably be using this for our Q1 recap. That's probably going to come out on Monday or something like that. And that's just one. That's just one business use case for anybody using Claude Cowork. So next, we are going to get into how you can create a expert, okay? A lot of people have been using Notebook LM completely wrong, and I was as well. I was thinking Notebook LM is kind of just like a notebook. Like I can just take notes there. It's a place for my ideas or whatever. No. No, it's not. Notebook LM is probably the most powerful or one of the most powerful AI tools of our time. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here. Man, once I found this out, I really started using it so much more. So if you don't know what Notebook LM is, it's basically what they say right here, your research and thinking partner. Okay. You can upload sources, you can get instant insights about those sources, and you can, develop different media based on those sources. So basically, all in all, Notebook LM is a source specific AI agent, okay, or an AI LLM, okay. It's not trained on your data, but it's the only data that it's going to output its responses based on. Like it has some preliminary guidance on how to look at this data, on how to analyze it, but as far as okay, this is the actual data that you're going to respond based off of, it only comes from the sources that you put in. So if we go to try Notebook LM, you guys see we have a ton of notebooks. All of these this year, okay? Everything up here, tons of notebooks. And let's just which one do I want to go through one of these? Um let's go through this one. So I have a branding agency. That's the Views agency. And I have a competitor, no matter if they're bigger than me or not, that is called Lexicon Branding. Okay. I have previous knowledge that Lexicon Branding is a specialist when it comes to naming your business. And I was working on a project that I did a little bit of research on, and I found out that the name had been taken already. So I wanted to come up with a better name. And so what I did was go into Notebook LM. Right here in the sources, I said brand naming. You can choose whether it comes from the web or your drive. If it comes from your drive, it just means it's kind of like company knowledge or knowledge based on your personal files. If you do fast research versus deep research, you'll just get more sources or more filtered sources. So we'll do fast research. You can also drop files in here. Get websites. You can embed YouTube videos, all types of stuff. So we're gonna send it. Now, we have one YouTube video in here right now, and we can see our source on the side right here. So it gives kind of like a source guide, and we can even play it from here. So if we go back, we now have our research done, and it has these new sources for us. Now, we're not going to add them because we don't need those, but I now have basically an LLM that's trained on all of the best practices when it comes to brand naming. So now I can sit here and say, help me name my business that focuses on optimizing farmer operations. Okay. So, and this isn't actually how I would use this. I'm actually going to use this in a different way. So, what I would really say is create a guide on brand naming that I can use for a GPT to be my brand naming AI. Okay? So this is what I would do. I would establish a name, brand, generate concepts, blah blah blah. So this is not going to do it for you. It can, but it's more of like a teacher than a doer. It's more of a teacher. So I would just can I do a new chat? I guess I can't, but this is what I would do. And it'll go through all of those sources and pull the best practices and compile them into one text response to me. And I would take that to somewhere like Gemini or GPT, and I would get it to give me a master prompt. Or we can get this to give us the master prompt. But over here on the side as well, we have a number of different features to help us learn and see our sources and its data better. So we have infographic. You guys have seen this on the channel. We can start one of these. They have a modal that comes up. You can customize it a little bit. Let's go kawaii. Matter of fact, let's not go kawaii. Let's go instructional. Let's go standard. And let's go landscape. Let's go generate. So now it will generate that. We can also generate a audio overview. This is kind of like a AI podcast. You can set the duration, deep dive, brief, whatever. You can tell them what to focus on. You can debate. Let's do a debate. So we can generate that. We can generate a video overview, which we're not going to do that. We can do flashcards, quiz, mind map. Let's do a mind map. And this is going to help us basically learn our sources better. Whatever you want to learn, you are able to go in here and do it. So this is a mind map where we're able to go deeper into different topics, deeper and deeper and deeper. Evolution of this, first age, everything pertaining to the first age, Prometheus, discuss what these sources say about Prometheus, or I know I'm saying the name wrong, but this is the mind map, and you can create all of those things. So let's say you wanted to create a new notebook, and let's say you wanted to create an expert. Okay, this is what your mindset needs to be. Let's say we want to create a business expert. If I want a business expert, what knowledge would they have? Okay. My business expert would know how to scale a business from, $10,000 per month to $100,000 per month. And if you go and send that, it is going to go find the sources that are related to that. Now, you kind of want to vet your sources. You want to make sure that it's putting in the right thing. So if we go here, we can view from 0 to 100K MRR, the service business scaling paradox, how to transition, the E-Myth revisited. So this is an actual book. And so it'll get different stuff. I think all of these look good, but also here's the thing. I was on YouTube the other day and I saw a video that I really, really wanted to have the knowledge of. This right here. So I like business. I like learning about business.
Ways they've existed.
And, a lot of the time I'm learning how to do better in business. So if I want to have a kind of like business coach expert, I can get this YouTube video and I can add sources. I can put it in here, paste links, and we can actually get more, because guess what? They actually have an entire course for this. So if we go to courses, they have tons of courses, tons of courses. Public finance, tons of courses. So if we go to the course that we're looking for, are you going to make money? Legal issues. Uh, we can get this copy link. Bam. We can get this. Presenting your venture negotiation skills. We can get this. Put that in there. We can get financial projections. Get like, and these are college courses. These are the things that people really hold to the highest standard. So bam, we're getting all of these. Why do you want to be a common startup mistakes? Bam, common startup mistakes. And these are like an hour long. So these are very, very large. But this is the power of Notebook LM. It doesn't matter how large they are. They can be the largest thing in the entire world, and Notebook LM will take it in. So bam, we got these sources in here. Now, at any given time, we can check or uncheck our sources. We can say, hey, this next response, I want it to be just these sources. Okay. And then we'll do eMyth. Where's eMyth? I guess not. Okay. So we can select which sources we want to have in this output, and we can then ask whatever we're looking to ask. We can say, right now, our business has been experiencing a lot of churn, and recently we underwent a change in leadership that shifted our focus from inbound marketing to outbound marketing. What should we do about this? Okay, so this sounds stupid, but what the expert is going to do is make sense of this and the correlations, and based on its data, it's going to be able to give me a very, 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 very well educated response. Okay. Would you ever experience more churn because you decided to focus on inbound marketing versus outbound marketing? No, you would never. You would never. Churn and marketing have literally nothing to do with each other, honestly. They have a smaller part amount to do when you get into like subscription services, but they're generally unrelated. So it's now giving me advice: commit to the new marketing channel, investigate lead quality to combat churn, reevaluate product marketing fit and pricing. Okay, so they are related. They are related. They're very much so related. Everything in business is related. Uh, reevaluate and then flesh out your sales assets. Now, here's the thing. We can select all of these sources real quick, get an infographic, let's say detailed, let's say portrait, say auto select, let's say generate. And now we have literally a expert that we can go to and ask any question that we want on this specific subject. So we can say, I'm trying to figure out monetization strategies for a digital AI education company. Can you help me with this? Okay. So now I'm trying to monetize my business. Okay. This expert, this notebook is going to get me, is going to help me do that. It's going to go through its sources. It's going to consider its options. And then it's going to come to me and say, hey, these are some options that you have. And yes, a regular AI can do that. But guess what? I'm going to show you how different it is. So bam, if we go here, we go to a GPT 5.4, we go bam. I'm trying to figure out monetizing for the, okay. How in the world does this have Sanctus? I don't know how this has Sanctus, but it came back, gave me some options. Build a hybrid high ticket and low ticket model, freemium and trials, target B2B partnerships. Now, it doesn't have knowledge about our actual business, but that's where this next part comes in. Okay. So if we go to Gemini and we go to this plus icon right here, we now have, we've had this for a little bit, but I'm just now making a video on it. So we just now got it. Notebook LM inside of Gemini. Okay. So what we can do is basically click Notebook LM and all of our notebooks are going to show up right here. Okay. I think you see where this is going. So let's say I want to analyze my YouTube channel, but let's stay on the same notebook. SaaS growth strategies. We add this notebook into our Gemini chat. Now it is referencing this as its source. It's the main source. So now we have a expert that has our custom instructions, because guess what? Inside of, if we go to where are my custom instructions? Do I have custom instructions? Am I tripping? I might be tripping. Do we have custom instructions for Gemini? Moral of the story, if you go to Gemini and you give it, some extra context, maybe you say, "Hey, I'm going to upload our brand genome, which you guys saw us use in the co-work part of this stream," then you will be able to give it that context, but you can sit here and ask it questions as well. I'm starting a new business that is a SaaS platform, and I want to make sure that I'm going about it the right way. It is a platform that is supposed to help creators and entrepreneurs capture leads, store them, and automate those leads. Help me with this. So it's going to go through its sources and it's going to answer me from that. But also, I have a notebook with all of my YouTube videos. So guess what I can do? Delo Brands YouTube, and we can say, analyze the communication style of this YouTube channel and create a document for it. We're going to add canvas and we're going to go bam. So now we go Gemini. Our expert has responded. It said, that's a nail your ideal customer, dial in the pricing strategy, choose your model, decide if you're building a low ticket offer or a high ticket offer. We have our communication style. He starts every video with high energy and his signature greeting. What's going on, beautiful people? Delo Brands back for another video. That's my signature greeting. And all of that is inside of that notebook. All of that is inside of that notebook. So it basically has all of the data that I wanted to have to be able to do what I needed to do. So now we can take this style guide and technically we can say, hey, we can let me see. I guess I can't download this one directly. I thought I could export to docs. We can export to docs, but what we can do is come here, go back to Claude Cowork, and we can go inside of a new task. We can open our AI Educate project. Oh, you can do 2 projects at one time. That's crazy. Okay. So we can now say, I want us to begin. I want you to help me begin writing scripts for my YouTube. And here is a communication analysis that Gemini gave me on how I communicate. Okay. So Gemini. All right. So this is a new chat. We're going to press let's go. And now this is the chat that I would use for creating new scripts for my videos. I don't create scripts for my videos, if I'm being completely honest. But if I wanted to, I could have this dedicated chat. I can make sure it has the specific context for my style of going about videos and things of that nature. What topics do you want the first scripts to cover? You pick the topic. AI tools for business owners. Start with one script. Full word for word script, detail outline plus key lines. Let's do that. So it asks me the questions. Now it's going to give me the first script. And we got that from our expert. You know, it's an expert on my YouTube channel, and it's an expert on the data that's in it. So that's just what it is. That's how to use Notebook LM to create an expert. And I think that everybody should be using this. If we close this, go to Notebook. I use it for client work. I use it to analyze social media analytics. I use it to put together guides. I use it to learn about things. I use it for a lot of stuff. Like Notebook LM literally is becoming my best friend. I'm gonna be honest, and it should be yours too. So, next we are going to get into MaxClaw, and we are going to deploy a mini max agent. Okay, in 1 second. All right. So if you don't know, or if you live under a rock, Minimax M 2.7 came out, and it is, you know, a a simple improvement compared to M 2.5 in some areas. You guys see the benchmarks right here. Comparing it to all the other stuff, it's relatively close at this point. So I don't think a lot of people know that Minimax has like all of what it has, but we're gonna go to Minimax Agent, and in this interface, I think we're gonna take this to light mode. Let's do light mode. And simple chat interface, but they have a one-click setup for OpenClaw. Okay, so I'm starting a new kind of like AI business, and it's going to be, or it is, a AI publishing company. Okay, so I want to have an OpenClaw to manage that, company. So what I'm gonna do is come to Minimax agent.minimax, and I'm gonna click deploy now. So they basically are hosting your OpenClaw for you, and through your Minimax subscription, you are able to utilize your credits to talk to that OpenClaw instance. So, bam, start now. So, well, I guess they took me off. I guess they took me off of the plan. They let me keep the credits, but I guess they took me off of the plan. I guess they were only having me on that for 7 days or something like that. Man, that's a bummer. I still have the credits, but dang, that sucks. While Conan can use amazing. active subscription remains a prerequisite. Damn, that sucks. I guess I didn't make the video fast enough. I was training for a marathon and I was doing stuff like that, and I was just trying to make this video at a time where I can actually sit down and do it. But unfortunately, we're not gonna get to do that today. We'll do mini max a different day. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by. If you did learn something in this stream, definitely comment below. Join the Educate AI Lab. Like I said earlier, we've been putting a ton of resources in here. Free resources. This is a free community. You do not have to pay to be in here. Different prompts, different GPTs. If you use OpenClaw setup prompts, you got different agent skills that I use. And you'll get first notification on new videos when they come out. So you definitely don't want to miss those. But this is Medilo Brands from Educate, and I will